It's happening.
Welcome to Red Review's Power Rangers. That's the movie we got to check out today. Now, I think we all remember as the information was coming out about the new Power Rangers movie. First, I think we got to see, and I may have this order mixed up. First, we got to see the Power Rangers in their new uniforms. And I remember seeing that, and you can tell by the Power Rangers movie sitting here. I got a soft spot for the nostalgic movie. I did watch the cartoon. He was rather cartoonish, but the live action show growing up. So I remember seeing them in the outfits for the first time. The concept art, I think it was, or it might have been actual pictures of them. I was like, oh, what are they doing to the Power Rangers? Then we saw a picture of Rita Repulsa, and I was like, what is that? That's nowhere close to what Rita Repulsa looks like. And then we got our shot of Alpha 5. We're like, oh, they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna mess up the Power Rangers. Well, like I said, I enjoyed the Power Rangers when I was a kid, but it's not one of those franchises where I'm so invested in it, like some fans are with some franchises or stories where they're so invested in the source material that if you change it at all, they get so upset and defensive. If you change one little thing, like Marvel changes things from the comics, some people get so defensive. Now, something Power Rangers is not something I love to that extent. So when they mix things up, once I see it here in live action, I actually rather enjoyed it. This movie was actually better than it probably should have been, actually. Once the suits were in motion, once Alpha 5 was in motion, once Elizabeth Banks was acting in the Rita Repulsa attire, I did enjoy them for what it was worth. And, like I said, it was rather cartoonish back in the original show when I was a kid. So go ahead and update it. Now seeing it in motion, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the updated Zords. I'm okay with the updated look of Goldar being the huge sort of Zord of Rita Repulsa herself. So I'm okay with that. Now, when we were first seeing it, we were really defensive, and I was like, this is going to just be a pile of crap. But it wasn't. Like I said, this movie was actually fun. I had fun with the Power Rangers. I had fun like I did with this one when I was a kid, or just the other day when I watched it. Like, this one is god-awful. I think we can all admit it's god-awful, but if you're my age, you have a special spot for it's so bad it's good version of it. So, and this movie, it's like 5 whooshes too many, and it gets annoying. But it's nice to see everything updated. The Zords look nice, and it's not a bad story. It's very Iron Man-ish in its telling of the Power Rangers. What I mean by that is, if you're going into this movie from the get-go to see a lot of Power Ranger action, I want to see them right from the first 5 minutes. It's morphin' time. Let's get right into it. Well, I've got some bad news I have to deliver to you. You're not going to get that. What you're going to get is, like I said, in the Iron Man, we have to see Tony Stark's journey, and really in the Iron Man suit, we get, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe that's highballing of him in the actual Iron Man suit. And that's like how the Power Rangers is. It's a lot of becoming the Power Rangers, discovering the coins, discovering what it takes to be a Power Ranger, that you have to let people in, be friends, be family. It's something bigger than yourselves. And then at the end, we get the climactic battle that you see in all the previews and trailers now with Goldar and the Zords and the Putties. So it takes a while to get to the actual, it's morphin' time. But when we get to it, and actually that's a very hard line to say, so kudos for the actor in this movie who says it, and actually making it sound sort of believable, because it's probably one of the cheesiest lines ever written. But when he says it and you get all jacked up, and they do, I don't think this is a spoiler, they do kick in the original Go Go Power Rangers theme song from this movie, and it takes you right on back. You're just like, let's go, we're back. We're back in our primary colors. We're going to go kick some putty butt, and we got our Zords, and we're going to, because it's in the trailer, I feel like they ruined a little too much because they're trying to sell the Power Rangers in the marketing. You see these Zords all come together and form the Megazord. So it would have been like, I imagine that would happen anyways. But some things, I feel like the marketing team behind movies, they're just scared, so they want to show you everything. But go ahead, just let some things be a surprise. Let the reveal of the Megazord be a surprise. So I hope I'm not spoiling anything for you, but it's the Power Rangers movie, so the Zords and the Megazords are going to be in this movie. Has his final fight with Goldar. It's pretty cool. So the last action sequence, it is the complete payoff for all the journey we went through with the kids. When I came out of this movie, I said it's a lot of Breakfast Club and a little bit of Power Rangers. So that's more of the feel I got from it, is these misfits that come together, that find the power coins, that learn that they didn't have a place in the world before, and their place is actually amongst each other. So strangers that would never socialize with each other for any other reason, and they're also in detention on a Saturday, so that's sad to it. But five people that would never really socialize for any other reason are now actually a family. So it is very much a Breakfast Club-esque type of movie. The trailers did have me worried because I was getting like a Fantastic Four vibe from this, like that dark grittiness. I was like, how's that going to work with the Power Rangers? I was like, I hope it's not that. Like, it worked for Chronicle. I hoped it worked for Power Rangers. It does work for Power Rangers. I can actually suggest Power Rangers. I definitely go out and watch it. If you're not a Power Rangers fan, I think you'll find some enjoyment in it because it does a really good job of fleshing out the characters. It'd be easier than this just to stick 5 random kids in there because they're going to have the mask down eventually. So really, who really cares? But it does a really good job, I think, of really giving each character their own personality before you put the mask down, and that makes you care a little bit more about who's inside rather than just the color of the suit that they are. It's like, oh, it's the Yellow Ranger. Oh, it's the Blue Ranger. No, you're like, oh, that's Billy in there. And I know Billy because I've taken a lot of the movie to get to know Billy before I get to see him as the Blue Ranger, or with all the colors. So they do a really good job, I think, of having their own unique personality, and they're not really hindered by what the stereotypes maybe, or the architectural types of any of the other Power Rangers movies or stories that have come before it. Eyes open for cameos in this one. Marvel does theirs, and the Power Rangers kind of do theirs, so keep an eye open for maybe some familiar faces also, so I wanted to just point that out. What else does this movie do? It has some strange camera work, and strange is not good nor bad, but strange is just strange. So there are some shots I think that get a little taking used to, and the style of this way this movie is shot. There's kind of a chase sequence in the beginning, and the way the camera is parked like in like what would be in between the passenger and driver's seat, but it's like on a 360 spin, so it'll like when you're going down the road, you're looking this way, but it'll turn around and then it'll see behind you, and then it'll keep turning, and it does this turn several times. A little disorientating, and there's other camera movements throughout the movie that I think it's strange. Like I said, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad. I think it's something different we haven't seen before, and how many movies are made a year? It's nice to see something a little bit new, even though if it's a little jaunting at first. But I'll definitely check out Power Rangers again when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD. So it will be amongst this collection. It'll sit right next to this one. So it's the highest praise I think that I can give a movie. Is not only did I spend money on it once, I'm actually going to spend money on it to own again, and I'll probably go back and watch it for repeat viewing. So it has something for the old Power Rangers fans. I think it'll get a whole new wave of new Power Rangers fans. They brought a concept that shouldn't work to the big screen and actually had a fun time with it, made it grounded. I know that's Hollywood's thing now. It's like, we're going to ground it. Gritty, dark, we're going to ground it. And a lot of times, sometimes it doesn't really work out as well as it should, or some concepts don't need that treatment. I thought the Power Rangers didn't need that treatment, but looks like I could actually stand corrected, as I think that is exactly the path they should have taken. It's the path they did take, and I think it ultimately did pay off for them. So the Power Rangers, it's definitely a morphin' good time. I don't know where else to fit that line in. A funny anecdote, I was texting right before the movie. Before the movie, I don't text during the movie, but if you try to type in "it's morphin' time" into your text, it just autocorrects to "it's morphine time." And that may just be as much fun as this movie. But that's my review for it's just Power Rangers. Power Rangers. They're not Mighty Morphin yet, so I bet they'll get that title in the sequel. So I'll catch you guys next time right here on Red Reviews.